Hello, lovelies. So I wanted to share an update and give a little bit of insight to what this process is like for me. I have another revised and edited version of the book. It's fascinating because I never thought I would write a book. The process of writing it, putting it together, and then independently publishing it there were so many emotional and belief system hurdles that I needed to work through in order to even get to where this is. My mind was coming from a place of who do I think I am to be writing a book? How do you think that you're going to make a difference? How is it that you think you're going to, and really just a lot of self doubt? A lot of it is because I had a lot of self-doubt because I don't have a master's or doctorates in psychology or in, counseling or being a therapist or any sort, and nor does it appeal to me. Not only is the content in this book, very important, but also what this book represents is extremely important. I am someone who has an expertise. It may not be what society deems as an expert perspective, but it is absolutely from a different point of view where I have used the trials and tribulations as part of my triumphs. Dire circumstances I use for an advantage. I use those instances to be able to gain insights not a lot of people would have. Putting together all these things was natural for me because I didn't want it to be a scientific research book. I didn't want it to be something that is cited and resourced. This was a personal reflection of how the blueprint and my thought process that I went through into healing the generational wounds for me. And so really part of making the book is also the healing part of it for me because this book represents me, people who have come from the bottom and being able to work through that stuff and use their adversaries as strengths. Like I'm a single mom of two and coming from poverty level. And for me, like I'm dedicated to this process, to heart activation, because I see how this is unfolding. I know what I have gone through is not in vain. And so it was really just a lot of like not feeling ridiculous, putting myself out, not feeling like I'm laughing at myself because I put a book out. So I put my first version out there for print and then I got it and I wasn't terribly proud of it, to be honest. The content was great. However, the layout part of it and the detail-oriented stuff, the things that people hire publishers for, it was like those things that I was really struggling to keep my attention on. And so I'm okay sharing those processes with you though. And I hope that if you are someone that has bought the book, that you're able to look past the original format and layout and be able to see the words and the message and all the things beyond because that's what counts, and also understand that the circumstances I'm working through are interesting to me. It's a healing process for me. It is coming from this place of like, who do you think you are? To like, oh my gosh, like I might actually have something to contribute here. So that is what's really fascinating about my book. It isn't from a professional point of view. It is from the viewpoint of someone who has been through multiple treatment facilities, groups, inpatient, and mental health stays. It is someone that has gone through the system many times and is still breaking free from the loop of the system and sees places where we are falling short in helping people. There's things that you kind of cannot do with a license. And so I'm not bound by licenses and I'm able to speak truth in places where professionals may not be able to. For me, that's extremely important. It's about learning to go deeper than what other people can bring to you. It's about learning how to investigate things on your own. To be curious and to gain that compassion. And it's about learning how to trust yourself and learning how to trust the process. The less reliant we need to be on people, like, and absolutely, if you need support, please do that. But it is also about learning how to begin trusting and supporting yourself so you can break free of the system. And and that is a big part of like what the book means to me. Again, not only what the content is in the book, but is also representative of breaking free from the cycle of being within the system. And there's just, I mean, there's so many amazing layers there that I have experienced in this process. And, so again, I have reordered. This is my second version, and it should be out for sale. This one, and it actually was able to cut down about 70 pages, I think, because some of the infographics in the original were not sized properly, and so you could barely read them. And so I wrote them out differently. It freed up some, but still amazing content. There is a core wound tracker in here, and I put a table of contents in there. There's just things that I overlooked in the first copy, in the first version, that I was like, okay, I see. And now I actually was satisfied with an actual picture of myself in the back as well. So yeah, it's just really, it's interesting. Like, so many people get really like super pumped about these things, but like it's literally birthed a new me in the process, and it still is. I'm still working into and through this. So yes, I'm excited for everyone to take a peek at it. If you are someone that has purchased the first version, email me at divineheartbeat88@gmail.com. And there is a special promotion and free mini book for you with any purchase. So, alrighty, I love you all so much.